the double jaw surgery. Do they have a video on YouTube on how that works? That doesn't show it. Is there like a demonstration in which we can see? Because like the double jaw surgery, I'm pretty sure is like an invasive. How does it work? I don't even know, bro. Basically, it extends your jawline out, I'm assuming. But like, why would you ever do that? Oh, they have the animation. We're watching this. I don't give a fuck. This surely, it's from an orthopedic. This can't be that. Yeah, this is just like a visual of it.
2 years ago.
Shut your ass up, boy. All right, let's see. All right. Pre-fire. Would you guys get the double jaw surgery? If you don't know what it is, let us just see. Yes or no? Would y'all get the surgery? Me, no. If I just lock in, and if I just cut out like any amounts of sugar, and I just like, I have a decent jawline, I wouldn't do it.
Jaw surgery,
but I guess if you have an underbite, maybe.
Orthodontic surgery is a group
I still think that people that have underbites
performed
doesn't really matter, bro.
to
Like whatever, unless it's like affecting your life. Like if you can't eat.
Irregularities, most commonly manifested as misalignments of the jaws.
Okay, what's worse, the over or the underbite? The underbite is when your teeth, your top row, so the left image, your teeth are underbiting. And then the overbite is the upper set is above the other one, so your teeth stick out a bit more. I feel like it's way worse to have an underbite, but like physically might look worse to have an overbite. I think the under would be really painful though, because I feel like you would bite your tongue so much. You know how like your teeth like line up naturally? Like not bite your tongue, bro. I feel like you'd be biting your tongue.
Cause malocclusion or bad
Everyone
bite,
has a slight overbite,
but also create problems in the temporal.
Yeah, slight overbite over no, not over, under. I'd say my teeth sit a little bit. How do I even show this? No, they sit on top of each other. If anything, it'd be more of an under, not an over. But I think more so they just sit
mandibular directly joint, the TMJ, and the airway, resulting in difficulties chewing.
Let's see the surgery. Where's the surgery
known
at?
as lisping in some individuals. Open bite surgery involves removing some of the bone of the upper jaw to move it to a new position.
Oh my! How do they know though? So they're gonna take out the. They're gonna have to fuse your skull over. There's no way because they take out a section of your fucking bone structure.
The jaws are aligned.
How do you even recover? Yo, how have we discovered that this is recoverable? They're taking out actual, like, your fucking skull, and they're just like, cut that part out.
And screws are used to secure the bones in
that is such an invasive surgery.
Place. Protruding lower jaw is corrected in a procedure called mandibular setback surgery. The tooth-bearing portion of the lower jaw is separated from its base and moved.
This is so bad.
Backward.
Like, to be a surgeon and be able to do this, you're cut, like, there's no skin. Like, you're removing the human skin and you're cutting the bone off their face. Dude, that would be so, like, I heard a clip video talking about it, and like, they're like, as a doctor, bro, like, he's like, oh, they're freaking out because like I'm such a big creator in this space. Like, yeah, dude, imagine you fuck up that surgery. Dude, if you fuck up that surgery on someone, it's over. Like, their whole jaw, everything about the functionality of their face, you're cutting apart the bone structure. That's so cooked. If that goes
in a similar
wrong,
way,
you're fried.
receding lower
Like, if someone goes to Turkey and gets this done, they're
jaw
cooked.
or weak chin is corrected with mandibular advancement surgery. In this,
okay, so what's happening is they're either retracting or taking, because like, or adding, because like, in this one they're going to extend it, and then they're going to use a hinge device to hold it so that it hopefully grows out. That's spooky, bro. I don't know. I would never do it. But it's cheaper in Turkey. Yeah, it's cheaper in Turkey. You know why? Because your bitch ass is going to get fucked. They're going to fuck you over. I don't know, dude. Jaw surgery, I just wouldn't mess with that. Like, unless I had it. Okay, the only thing I could think of is if I had an accident and I needed to get, like, facial reconstruction. I guess at that point I'm already fucked. Just go for it. Like, you know, what do I have to lose, per se? If I'm, like, in a bad car accident and I need it. But, like, other than that, there's just no way. Bentis made a fucking video about this one. The music is unbearable. I have a slight overbite because I didn't wear my retainer.
I think you'd be surprised at how
how crazy it is to actually witness a jaw surgery.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine being a fly on the wall and watching that. They have to cut all the skin off the person's face. They would then also, why is the music so happy? This is like a horrific process of this is human carnage right here. We're cutting open people's heads.
And I should know because I almost passed out in the middle of one during my orthodontics residency. That's
Really, bro? Even he was fucking not wanting to watch that? You gotta have like inhuman levels of like gut strength to not throw up watching that. Cutting someone's face off like
right.
that.
When you're going through dental school and orthodontics residency, whatever, you've got to go through the different piles. So you have to see what it's like to be an oral surgeon, a general dentist, an orthodontist, an endodontist, and do all the different specialties to see what you want to do. But in
Oh my God. Does it feel weird to get a piece of your brain removed? Have you ever seen that shit where they're like, oh yeah, like they have brain surgery, so they'll have them like play their favorite instrument or some shit to make sure that they don't fucking die or that part of their brain still works? They'll have the person like play the violin while they're like just cutting their head open. And then because they want to make sure that they don't like destroy like short-term memory or whatever, or long-term memory. Imagine watching your surgeon pass out mid-surgery. Are you conscious for the jaw surgery? There's no way. There are some surgeries that you have to be awake. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of the like laboral ones of your head, they have to make sure you're like awake. There's no way you're awake during the jaw surgery. I don't think so. No. I was gonna say, dude, like, you would not be awake. There's no way. Wait, so it's all musical skills, memory-based? A lot, yeah. Like, if I'm learning a guitar, I'm going to, like, learn the placement of said finger placement. I had a jaw surgery, and they just put me on some laughing gas and tell me, bro, I don't know. For some things, they'd have to keep you awake. I don't think the actual, like, jaw, whatever. Imagine waking up and your surgeon's just passed out. You could sue them. I mean, theoretically, but yeah. I mean, I think you would. They just pass out. They're like, oh, fuck. I can't even. Oh, man, I can't even look at this. This is gross. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Jaw surgery. What is the most invasive surgery? It has to be, okay, our open heart surgery. Yeah, okay, never mind. Because they have to take apart the breastbone and rib cage. I'm not showing stuff on screen. Obviously, I'm not gonna. There's no images. I just want to see what it is. Most invasive. Invasive just means they have to move shit out of the way. And in some pregnancies and shit like that, bro, they literally have to take the organs out of the mother, like to get to the uterus. Like, bro, like I'm pretty sure the woman's not awake, but like imagine they're doing a surgery and they're just taking your organs out and placing them to the side. Yo, I mean, dude, it gets to a point where like, how does the human brain process that? I don't think you can. Would you? No, you can take out the large intestines without disconnecting them. Like, you can move shit out of the way without it dying. Dan, do not show someone giving birth. What organs can be moved to the side during C-section? Because that's when they do it. It's like a woman's C-section. They have to get to the uterus, so they have to like move the organs. The bladder and all the intestines commonly are moved out of the way to access the uterus. So they'll literally just take out the fucking organs and put them on the side of the table. Like, bro, being a doctor is insane. I don't even know how you'd know how to put that bitch back together. What? Well, you gotta be a PC builder. You're just like, all right. Like, you think they take a pic beforehand? That's what I would do. I'd go, all right, I'll remember that later. They grab the intestines, being dropped on the floor, and they have to dust them off. Taking out the entire urinary system, it's like Two-Face from Batman. That's what face surgeries are like. Dude, I mean, anything with your gut works is fucked. Because, if you have a kidney issue, you best believe they're taking out your large and small intestine to get to those. And then they're going to put them back in. Do you think you can feel that? Like, when you're, like, awake the next day, you're like, man, damn, my shit feel kind of weird. Isn't our intestines long as fuck? The average human male large intestine is as long as a school bus. I think it's like, I think so. How long is long intestine? That's the big one that hangs over the small. Oh no, never mind. No, it's the small. The small intestine's way longer than the large intestine. My bad. How long is the small intestine? I got it mixed up. Small intestine's 20 feet long. That's the one that looks like a tangled wire of, like, whatever. The other one's 5 feet or 6 feet. The other one's 20 to 23 feet. Because the small intestine's a bunch of wired cable. Like, it looks like a mess. And so if you were to like stretch it all the way out, it's like 23 feet of tubes. Worst part is it doesn't matter. No, that's the grossest part of the body. Yeah, it's the intestine. Like the large one's the one that just sits. This is just a graph, an anatomical graph. It's not graphic. This is just an image. Like this one's way shorter because it's just a big thick thing. This organ mess here in the middle, that's like 20 feet of just meat tubes in your body. Do they just pack it back in? That's what I'm like curious. Like, bro, how do you like? There was a configuration that your body was in, and if they have to take it out, there's no way it goes back in the same way. It's got to be. Have you guys ever opened something up and you want to close it again? It never works. Like you unpack a tent. You unpack a tent from the fucking bag or a sleeping bag. Yo, that is the worst thing that ever happened. Have you guys ever bought a sleeping bag and you take it out of the original bag? Good fucking luck getting it back in there, bro. That has to be what it's like. I would imagine you take it out and you're like, it's not going back. Oh my, it's not. Oh fuck. And they start stepping on it. Your like intestines are on the fucking table. They're like, all right, it's getting in there. And the one thing too is they gotta take the ribs out. They gotta like splay it. So like, how the fuck do you even heal from that? I don't know. Someone showed me a fuck ass video. Someone jumping off a sub to dive in the water. He face planted and split open. The Dodgers were trying to put it back in. What? They jumping on you. They're munting you. You're getting munted. I will say the Western medicine practice of just taking shit out of the human body is so funny to me. It's just like, well, it looks like your kidneys aren't working. You could change your diet, or you could just take them out. Yo, wait, have you? How does the first person ever think to do surgeries? It was the Russians. A lot of the reason that we know what we're doing is because of really, really, really unethical shit. Like they should not have been cutting people up type shit, but they were. And that's how they figured. Unfortunately, a lot of people, probably some of your guys' ancestors, had to suffer under the hands of other people because at some point they're just like, well, we don't know what you have, so we're just going to cut you open. The Russians were brutal, dude. The reason we know a lot about the human intestine, like the way the human body works, is because of really fucked unethical shit. And I mean, the unfortunate part is it helps the modern human line of people understand how stuff works, because if we didn't do it, we wouldn't know. But let's just say the reason they know that nerve in your arm moves that finger is because they probably just stood there and just plucked someone's nerve and they saw the reaction go like this. So, like, that actually is a real thing. Like, someone's awake and they just kept plucking the nerve and they're like, oh, look, it's making his finger move. Okay, well, that must be attached to that fucking finger. Like, literally, that's how that works. Have you guys ever had crab before? And you get the crab claw and you're eating it and you can pull the thing in the clampy part? That's because it's like, oh, the nerve moves that. That's weird. They 100% have done that to a human body before. So that's the only reason. I wouldn't say it's the only reason. I'm sure you can learn stuff about the human body without doing all the horrible stuff, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of unfortunate, horrible shit led to pretty good discovery. Ancient Egypt too. They were mad. They were mad curious over in Egypt back in the day, bro. They were taking brains out their noses. I don't know how they did that, but shout out to the Egyptians for being mad curious about organs. How could one ever stomach being a doctor? Dude, okay, so let me little story time. I wanted to be a doctor when I was a little kid. Like, and I still part of me is like, I could do it. I could do it if I needed to. I could do it. But the stories I heard from my great uncle, who was a open heart surgeon, he was that as an open heart surgeon in the Milwaukee area for his whole career. The stories he would say were just like, dude, I remember going to a family event one time. He's like, yeah, this guy got in a car accident and we knew he was dead, but we still operated on him and tried to save him, but he died and I had to go out and tell the family he was dead. And they were like mentioning how fucked up his whole body was. Like, he was an ER heart surgeon in Milwaukee. He was getting paid great money. The guy had a great like personal like well-being, but dude, like his mental was so fucked. Like, he would have to be the one that, they want the doctor to come out and tell what happened, bro. They'd have him go out and he'd have to be like, yeah, we operated on him all night, but unfortunately he just died. Like, there's nothing we could do. But their job is to try to make it work. Like, that's the worst part, bro, is it's like your job is like, so they might bring in some dude who looks like a bear ate his insides, but it's like, can you fix him? It's like, we'll try, man. Fuck it, I know. Being any first responder, you see stuff like that. Yeah, Sonny. He's like a younger kid getting into the fire department stuff, but he's in the community. He was saying he had some crazy shit happen the other night with a car accident he had to witness. Anyone who's EMS or first responder, fire department, police officer, I have mad respect for you. You see stuff that a lot of people don't have to be put subject to. So, you know, that's just my opinion on it. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that we take for granted we don't have to see because of people that do. And I would say open heart surgeons is one of those, bro. Like, a lot of people don't have to see stuff like that because of the jobs that other people hold. And some people, I mean, not to say that they're like psychos and they don't like get thrown off by it, but like my great uncle had to have had some sort of willingness to do it, right? He wasn't, if he was really like, he obviously, there was some part of him that he wasn't super deterred from seeing these things. Maybe you could say the money was the reason, but there's no way it gets to a point. There's no way the money is the reason you're doing it. I think he wanted to help people. Like, I think he was okay with what he had to do because I think he was in the Korean War as a medical. I think he served in the Korean War as a medical person. Like, I think he helped. And being in war and being a medic, dude, imagine that shit. The hospitals here, they get the nice clean shit, dude. Imagine you're in Afghanistan and dust is blowing into your open cavity. Like, dude. Or Korean War where there's just mud and, like, malaria. Like, bro, it just gets to a point. Like, I don't even know how you'd know what you're doing. And that's the thing is I think it's just, like, we assume that people know a lot, but I'm sure there's a lot of first-time experiences for doctors and people like that where they have to learn right there in that moment. Like, oh, that was a crazy moment, and I have to learn from that. Obviously, the use of information helps a lot, but, you know, you can Google something. Even if you don't know how to do something, like if you don't know how to do CPR, you could do it by Googling and trying to help someone. If your family member was choking, you could try to save them. But if you didn't know how that worked, it would be a way different story. You got that story of someone that got their arms stuck in the rock and they chopped it off. Not the story, but I've heard of a story of that happening. My the climber, he got his arms stuck in a rock. I've heard of the guy who was spelunking and he got stuck and he died. Climber gets stuck, arms cut. Oh, is that a movie? Oh, that is off. Is that the movie that came out? In 2003, the experienced climber Aaron Ralston became trapped in Utah's Blue John Canyon for 5 days, 127 hours, when a 800-pound boulder shifted and pinned his right arm. After running out of water and failing to move the rock, he used a dull multi-tool to amputate his own arm before the elbow to survive. It's crazy after 5 days, he's like, yeah, that's what I gotta do. Like, that's it. At what point do you make that decision? Because like, after 5 days of not eating and drinking, you might not even have the energy to cut your own arm off. Because that would take a lot of energy, and you would pass out multiple times. I guarantee he passed out twice, like minimum. There's no way. Like the pain, the pressure. I mean, the adrenaline's there too, but still, like, I feel like you'd pass out a couple times cutting off your own arm in the middle of a canyon just by yourself. The worst thing to do is CPR on someone who's dead, but you gotta do everything. Yeah. No, I mean, like, some people are, you know, like, especially if you're experienced in that field, you already know when someone's gone, but it's like, bro, you just have to try. Based on real events, The Climber. I've heard of the movie, never seen it. Those movies are just spooky because it really happens to people, bro. Some people really get in some fuck ass situations. Me personally, would I ever go climb Utah's Blue John Canyon by myself? Like, climbing a mountain by yourself just sounds insane. Insane to do that, let alone have to go cut your own arm off. But yeah. Anyways, that's our fucking weird topic for today. I'm dropping a video soon on my personal channel. I like to kind of talk about shit like this. Not in super graphic detail, but I have 2 videos that are lined up that are very, very fun. They'll be not fun, but they're like, okay, they'll be cool. I think you guys will enjoy. If you guys enjoy this convo, you'll enjoy the videos. So those will be coming out soon. Hopefully now that I have some time to do it. But they're just more so commentary mixed with like my personality and other like stories from people on the internet. So I'm excited to share those with y'all. And I think it'll be kind of cool. I've had to do CPR that is burnt. Like, you know, he's dead without an experience, but the wife was crying, so we had to do something. Yeah, bro. I don't know, dude. I mean, like I said, I still like, I think like in a different life, I probably would have tried to do the whole like, you know, medical industry thing. It got to a point where in my life, I knew like I was called to do something else. But like when I was a kid, for sure, and even like as a young man, I was like, I was interested. I was very interested. School wasn't even like a reason I wouldn't have done it. Like I think medical school would have been interesting had I just locked in on that. But I just got super pulled a different type of way. But yeah, medical stuff. I mean, like me personally, I don't like, not to say I'm like some psycho. Like obviously a human's organs being out is different than like an animal's or some shit. But I've had to clean up a lot of dead, bloodied corpses before. And I've also seen a lot of shit, so it's like for me personally, I don't know. Like I feel like if I was, in the right environment and I had the right practice, I feel like I would be able to handle it to a degree. Like gore doesn't really scare me all that much. Obviously when it's humans, it's a bit different, but still, like, if someone needed help, I would definitely say I would have been a doctor to do it. It depends. I know some cops that have seen some shit worse than me, but I've seen some that cops haven't. You know what would be a crazy job, dude, is being like a cleanup guy. Like you're like a biohazard cleanup. Oh my god, the people that clean up crime scenes. That's a crazy job. You're just walking around picking up bullet casings if it's real. What's real? Oh, surgeon sim? Imagine picking up a brain. Squishy. I'd be fine with that. There's a game called Crime Scene Cleanup or something like that. I know the one game that we play on stream is like that, but yeah, being a crime cleanup person would be crazy. Cause you're just like, what the fuck? What the hell happened here? You're cleaning up blood and shit. I played that. Yeah, it's been up for a little bit. All right, let's talk about happier topics. Sorry for it's just a topic, I guess. But appreciate y'all. I'm not getting double jaw surgery. If I just lock in and do some mewing, I think